Boom, 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 boom. What's happening, y'all? I had to pick up some ammo. You know, it went from 90 something to down to $70, so I had to get it to restock. And there's actually more in the truck. I just brought in what I can carry with 2 hands besides my water and Bibles I picked up. But it's not, this is the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. And I like to go through it and dispel a whole lot of foolishness. And at the same time, look at the things that are steeped in facts. It's a wash how they did it. It's the Zionists. Let's go ahead. I want to show you something before I get to reading. And you know, it's amazing what's going on. Just opening another tablet. How were they allowed to get away with so much until a number of us started speaking and stopped putting up with the BS? It's real funny as to what's going on right now. For those of you who are, you know, paying attention. And yes, Arizona is red, as it always should have been. Mark Kelly, that worthless piece of crap, gone. Not to say that it means anything, but when you look at what has been transpiring here, yeah. Let me see, where's that? Okay. No, why does it do that? Oh, aha. Wow. Excellent. Hold on. I'm getting to the root of some things here. And wait until you see what I'm going to pop up. Yep, okay. So, if you want to know about who owns Zondervan, right? Parent company is HarperCollins. I'm not even going to say nothing about that. You can research it yourself. Owner or heirs, News Corp. Grand Rapids, Michigan. News Corp out of Australia, which all around. Britain, France, Russia. Now, let me show you. These Rupert Murdoch, who owns all of this shit. Why am I saying this? Because Rupert Murdoch and the Jews. Michael Wall, his Twitter slip about the Jewish-owned press was revealing a prejudice, paranoia, and neoconism. Howard Kurtz, Rupert Murdoch. Hey, look, man, this is Jewish. Look, man. And how did they do it? Off our backs, our hard work, by robbing our people, and then having some boule ass black individuals. Now you know what I mean when I say black. Walking Dead. I just wanted to show that. Dude. Look, man. It's out of 6 families. News Corp, 20th Century Fox, 20th Century Fox, Fox News, New York Post. That's why I say it's a game. Scott, Herald News, frick. And then get down to Direct TV, friggin' God dog, news magazines, Time, Star Network, friggin'. And it goes on and on. And the Barons, Factivia, freaking as far as who controls the narrative and media. And when I told y'all that the CIA is kind of like the Mossad here, though we have good individuals get in there that don't know it, why do you think Henry Kissinger was in the position he was in for so long when he should have never been? I am just putting it out there. I'm not saying it's a fact. But if you look at all the information, I mean, Snopes ain't saying nothing with they line. They're Jewish owned too. So I'm just HBO, friggin' Warner Brothers, friggin', come on, my recipes. I mean, only we can end the bullshit. Trust me when I tell you this. And if they were wise, instead of being so vile and evil, they straighten up and fly right. But I still like to utilize it to cross-reference information. Anybody that has stuff and they just throw it away. And when I'm using this, I actually use the official Scrabble dictionary. I really do, people. You might sit there going, what about Webster? And who is Webster? Come on, people. Sometimes you got to go off the charts a little bit and allow yourself to see what is meant to be seen. That has always eluded us because of the illusion we're living in. You dig what I'm saying? And you know, I say this with utmost respect because, like I said, I always have to implement this. I know good ones. I know solid. I don't even mind calling them Jews. These ones that I know. And they respect that. They're like, yo, I appreciate that, you know. And I sit up, but you're a fucking convert, and they laugh. Stay no. You see what I'm saying? We have a lot of people now that's knocking the God, fairy tale man in the sky, blah blah blah, and they don't even know what the fuck they're saying. They don't have a clue as to what they don't even know where they're going with it, and it's disturbing. Because they become so far detached because they stay where they live at thinking they're gonna fix shit. That's not how it works. Wars were never meant for one man to believe that he can be in his place of residence and think he can fight and win it. It doesn't work that way. There's no logistics there. There's no 3 Ps being taken care of. There is no way. And with these irrelevant Negroes today who think they're making themselves relevant, there's a difference from making yourself relevant and being relevant. And some people believe, and a lot of brothers and sisters are doing some wonderful things, but you have those who have this satiation, this fix for a certain, you know what I mean, that cannot be filled because they're going about it completely wrong. Now, everybody say to me all the time, yo, you spoke against this, that, and other. Yet, I said, yeah, well, I give you a food for thought. Now, my opinion, based upon my studies, doesn't mean that it's factual. I'm always informing you to do the research. I am not a heckler. I am not somebody sitting there waiting to do the roast on someone. That's just stupid. Especially if you can't sit there and break everything down and you do little tit-tats with here and little tit-tats there. That's not how it's done. I did on Facebook for 3 years straight. I read for 365 days. I read the Bible straight for three or 4 years while I was living on a reservation. I put the quotes up and I did it over and over without becoming reprobate, without becoming stuck. Why? Because I had to see beyond what was always being shoved down our throats and in our cerebellum. What was supposed to be taken into memory? What was this conditioning and programming? What was the total? What were the words that made a response and action that seems so stemmy to a fallen away? And you remember they removed God from government how long ago? And when I heard Biden talking about, in God we pray, look like he wanted to fall down or fall up some stairs, I don't know. But anyway, if you cannot contextually or articulate a response to what you're presenting, it's feeble-minded. If you want to dismiss something and your go-to is the pain, There's a lot more pain going to be felt, and that is not the go-to. And you're supposed to be able to elevate and alleviate that pain in unity. And the problem is, these are the mother suckers who have us in such discourse. And I have to say it as it is. And I could sit here right now and go and open that shoebox right there with all them little notes and everything I've been making over the years, newspaper clippings and everything, judges, lawyers, and I'm talking about the 1940s to the 1980s. And this is what you would do if I go through it right now. It would take me like 7 hours just going through it, reading everything. You would be compelled to sit and some of you might just get like a handful, 20 minutes to go, oh, dude, that's it. Don't ever do that. There's so much information in the way it implicates. And it's funny how it's so complicit and nobody sees it. You could say, I'm like, wow. So I'm not on this ye and I'm not on this train. The thing is, even Ice Cube said we the truth. Look, man, and we're not from Africa. So like, what's going on? I mean, regardless of him being Islam, that's fine. If he wants to claim more, fine. Okay? The thing is, many have been saying it. Not hundreds, not 10, not 20, not 30, 40, 50, not 100, not 1,000. Millions are saying this now. More than any combined group out here, we are. And I still look at some of these Negroes in our so-called communities talking about, well, even though we're 13%, some said 30. Listen to me. How do you take 85 to 100 million of us and make us 13% of the population? Oh, why? Because you got a few million running around with white on their status? Or some who are playing that role? We look at what the media and movies put out there, and then we look at our travels. But isn't it funny how there's so many Negroes in all the major cities, and 80% of the population from Nebraska over is 80%, and from that way to here is 20% of Earth's population. I don't like talking unless I can pull it up. Let's see if it does it. Watch this. You think I'm joking? And look, I never looked at this on the map, y'all. This is something that I friggin' just from studying and reading. Oh, I want to see you, beautiful tree. I want you to see this. You think I was joking, right? It's no joke. Oh, you thought I was joking. I just downloaded it so I could, instead of looking at all the gibber around it after I pulled it up, I had to use keywords. I literally had to put in 80% and 20% of American population. And that's what pulled up. So, do you know why they got you so congregated over there? Which should never be. And so many secrets running around in our lands over here that you're unaware of. But you're complicit because of your ignorance. And why is it that nobody looks for these things? Why is it nobody seeks these things out? Because the education system didn't hold your hand and say, look, I need you to just pay attention to this. I need you to see this for what it is. And that's all I want you to see. People, we got to do better. We got to do better. And hey, look, I haven't seen nobody talk about this, so I expect to start seeing people talk about this. Now, you probably can get a little more detail. I don't know. I'm not. I know it to be a fact, and it's a disturbing one. And how did it come to this, right? Any of y'all ever think about that? Why is right behind Washington, D.C., the ghetto, and why is it so trifling? Who needs that kind of sacrifice, and bloodletting, and poverty, and hate? Turmoil. I mean, what do you think it's there for? So they can watch and study. If I'm wrong, say, Red, you're wrong. I'll be like, okay, my mistake. My apology. I don't mind saying apology. Shit is easy. Poor kid. You know, 7-letter word. 7 is our victory, right? Word. Apology. All right, let's get into this reading. I just wanted to give it some food for thought. That's all. You know, tea. All right. Oh man, it's so good. All right. So when we left off, we were right at Sir Ernest Shackleton during his 1909 expedition, and has ever since been found randomly moving all over the Antarctic. So we left out for it. I'm not going to read all that again. The idea of constantly randomly moving magnetic poles divorced from their geographic counterparts, that's what we're dealing with, remember? Let's continue. Makes it conveniently impossible to independently confirm or deny polar claims by compass. In other words, since the invention of the video camera, any claim to have found the North or South magnetic pole can and should be easily proven. By holding a compass and walking in a circle around the North Pole, the compass should always point directly towards it. And by walking in a circle around the South Pole, the compass should always point 180 degrees away in the opposite direction. Beep it. To this day, however, no such simple experiment has been performed or conducted to prove to the public that these are truly magnetic poles at all. And why is that? But they were racing with pendulums and all kinds of ropes, spinning in circles. I mean, they might as well went and got a tuning rod and find waters. Anyway, similarly, there are no videos from the geographic poles that provide the public with any concrete evidence that they are anywhere but some indistinct, undisclosed snowy tundra. Anyway, Halido Chimchukma, my apologies. Gratuity. Welcome all to come in. I appreciate you guys. So we can get to the bottom of some things, you know. North Pole documentaries always show some man with an icicle mustache and a Garmin counting up their GPS latitude until reaching 90 degrees. I used to have one of those little Garmin GPS things when they first came out. Put it in your window or whatever. There are never stellar readings made showing Polaris exactly 90 degrees above. There is no footage of the 6 months of constant day and 6 months of constant night supposed to exist at the pole. And GPS, the global positioning system, is based on a non-existent globe and created by the United States military. So why should we trust that a GPS 90-degree north reading is truly the North Pole? Why are the annals of polar exploration so abundant with frauds and hoaxes? Why should we accept all these more recent polar claims as being legitimate when the original discoveries and discoverers continue being exposed as false and liars? Why is there such an inordinate, number of Royal Knights and Freemasons involved in polar explorations? I beg to, well, I will ask the same question. I can't say beg to differ. Because no, they all are. Admiral Byrd himself was a high-ranking Freemason from Federal Lodge Number 1 in Washington, D.C., and financed by none other than fellow 33rd degree Freemason and Illuminati bloodline elite, John D. fucking Rockefeller. Raoul Amundsen even had Masonic Lodge Number 648 in Sacramento, California, named after him. If these explorers truly reached the North Pole, then where is the magnetic mountain encircling whirlpool, 4 directional rivers, and surrounding inhabited islands mentioned by Adam of Bremen, Paul the Deacon, Gerald of Wells, Guido Guinizelli, Nicholas de Lin, Jacobus Noyen, Gerard Mercator, John D., the Hindus, Buddhists, Jains, Shinto, Taoists, Jews, Christians, Muslims, the Norse, the Egyptians, the Persians, and literally every single ancient culture on Earth. And we know John D. Rockefeller ain't a fucking Jew anyway. He's a fake convert. He's a sociopath, is what he was. Are these all to be discounted as completely false stories with no factual input and impetuous? And if the polar magnetic mountain truly is just fanciful mythology and nonsense, how do we account for the same false concept originating and flourishing independently in nearly every ancient culture worldwide? Polar astronomy and anthropology. The North Pole, let me show you this picture right here. I gotta show you this. You can pull it up yourselves. Is that some shit? Boy. The North Pole, I was going to say something, but it's very negative. I'm not going to say it. The North Pole is the inherent geographical focal point of all creation. It is the perfect center of the bull's eye, the magnetic attractor of all the world's compasses, the originator of all the world's tides, and home to the only motionless star in the heavens, around which all the other stars, the sun and the moon, revolve. In ancient times, it was also claimed to be home to the tallest mountain and the tallest people on Earth, on our Earth. As recently as the 19th century, we're talking about 30 feet tall people. Century, explorers like Olaf Janssen have continued telling so-called tall tales of meetings with races of giant human beings who live at the pole. Do we need to go back into this book right here, people? Or do we need to go and break down giants from out of here, which alludes to the same thing? Do we need to go in this book to pull it out? 5 other books I got over there that make it relevant by French and Moroccans. Okay, good. Glad we cleared that up for a moment. In his book, The Smoky God, Olaf Janssen claimed to have journeyed to the North Pole with his father in 1829, where they met and mingled. 2 years where a race of 12-foot-tall giants who lived up to 800 years, spoke a language similar to Sanskrit, and inhabited a paradisial capital city named Eden. This particular story is most likely a piece of fiction, but echoes a long-standing tradition of similar claims that the North Pole is or was once home to a paradisial Edenic abode inhabited by races of gigantic and or miniature human beings. In Helen's 1659 book, Cosmography, he states that on the north of Lapia and Burmia, near the pole, lives a race of pygmies, the tallest of which are not above 4 feet high, which we read earlier on, about a quarter way in this book. And Gerardus Mercator's 1595 polar map includes this island of pygmies with a caption mentioning their tiny 4-foot stature. Johannes Rhett's 1508 world map also shows the many surrounding polar islands, claiming 2 of them inhabited, but without mentioning the alleged inhabitant size or stature. In the book, Gesta Hammerberger's Ecclesia Pontificum. You know, we don't chop them damn words. Archbishop Adalbert's team of Frisian, I want to say Frisians, Frisian explorers told of encountering giant human beings living in caves and underground hollows during their 1035 polar expedition. How many of y'all know about during the war? I believe about 10 years in, a group of army, the Kandahar giant, and they brought it back. Now the funny thing is, there were reports by truckers of seeing what looked like a giant body being driven on a truck. And they quickly got rid of a whole bunch of them because they were on the, CBs. Dude, y'all gonna they look like a big ass dude wrapped up at that time of bringing the body back. And the individual said dead was among the reports of casualties. All right, let's get back into this. In ancient Greek and Roman texts from Pindar, Herodotus, Hesiod, I can't pronounce his name, and Homer, to Virgil and Cicero, it was universally claimed that the North Pole was home to a race of giants called the Hyperboreans. That's a real word. Who lived for over 1,000 years and enjoyed lives of perfect happiness, to which we once lived that long. Hyperborea was allegedly bathed in 24-hour sunlight, with the sun only ever rising or setting once every year. Pliny the Elder wrote in his Natural History book 4 that the farthest, and I'm looking for these books to purchase, the farthest of all which are known and spoke of is Thule, in which there be no nights at all, as we have declared about midsummer, namely when the sun passes through the sign Cancer, and contrariwise, no days in midwinter. And each of these times, they suppose, do last 6 months, all day or all night. What? That's some heavy shit. Oh, I guess you can, if you guys want to see, I don't know if you can get it, it's so small. Let me see if I can get it close enough. Screenshot. Let me see if I can get it close enough. Can you screenshot it, people? Can you screenshot it? And we'll pick up on the next part tomorrow. So let's get into, yes, third installment. I figured it'd go well with this. Excellent with this, actually. I know homeboy better come and get this goddamn beer. This shit's starting to look kind of good. Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh shit. Excuse my language. Hold on. All right, here we go. Yes. Days ago. Remember escrito elementos en la entrada base 21 high jump. Looking awesome, dude. I gotta look at that. Terras de Venus. More information coming too. La Muerte de William Morris. Holy shit. Okay, that's a done job. All right. Anyway, let's go ahead and see what we got here. Chapter 1. Where does the information from the other worlds come from? Where does all this information that we present come from? Between the years 2016 and 2020, we have had contact with a person who began to provide us with information about supposed unknown and hidden lands so far to humanity. The contacts began following a strange link via internet and then other events in different places that made us realize that it was not a joke after being able to share several encounters. I heard about certain places being raided about something some years ago. I'll speak on that later. As we received more information, we could go contrasting with other people who confirmed that all this was a hidden truth. Astral travel, people who reach high positions in politics and military gave their similar versions that other continents were hidden from conventional maps. Excuse me, and even more so in the established system. Hidden books that have never been given the importance also asserted and shared the same studies as we've been pretty much running around studying. The maps and stories that were shown to us could really change the perspective we have of our so-called home and surroundings, as well as our past and near future. After several contacts in various ways, we were given the possibility to bring this to light for those who want to believe. But as we always say, you must investigate on your own and come to your own conclusion. We are not here to confirm nor are deny any theories. It is up to you and your hearts what direction to take regarding your life and thinking from here on out. The theory that the so-called planets are lands that are crossing the ice walls and ring of mountains beyond what we misnamed the ends of the earth is growing every day, and many people have already started some time ago to institute and seek to intuit and seek information on this subject. That is a one-way trip with no return, and that will leave you in a different position based upon your perceptions change. Different position to continue advancing on this crucial point in human development, and especially focusing on the infinite potential for spiritual development that we all carry within. Helen Morris was the person who contacted us because of our great interest in the lands behind the ice walls. As she told us, she comes from a land known as Ancestral Republic. And isn't that kind of funny when this was the Republic here? And is the daughter of William Morris, the navigator who was born in these lands. And I believe on his channel, actually a week ago or 2 weeks ago, he's talking about something about William Morris, the Blackbird and all this. Anyway, go check his channel out. The navigator who was born in these lands and was able to cross the walls with his team in a boat around the year 1800. Helen would open the possibility to the world that there exists within a great dome 178 different worlds surrounding our home called Earth, or rather known lands. She would also tell her story and put together for us a big part of the puzzle of the human past about the known lands. The great war between the custodians and Anunnaki beings against the Anakim, giants and humans of the Great Tartary before the last great reset. And why do we know that to be not fictional no more? Because it's all around us still. What are really the resets? How many existed? What happened to the great ancient civilizations? Who carried out the thousands of pyramids and temples still existing today in our lands? What is the essence of the human being? Who created us? Where do we go when we discarnate? What is our mission? I haven't heard that word in a long time. Discarnate. I hate that death shit. All the questions that once kept us awake at night, we will have them in these books. The hidden maps, the planets, and their civilizations in detail. Also, the stories never told by the protagonists who visited the worlds that most of the new humanity is still completely unknown, and that will soon come to light. Welcome to the Terra Infinita, a door that will open next and that will forge your destiny forever. The information that we will be presenting in these books will be a compilation of Helen Morris stories about her talks with Shiki, with the Anakim Masters, her father William Morris, and all that she obtained in the Great Book of Awakening, the story that should have been told a long time ago to the humans of the new reset, but which was hidden like so many other things that are forbidden to be free. Custodians beings keeps them in a state of collective anesthesia, bombarding them with fake news, diseases, perversions, and absolute cruelty of all kinds, manipulating their minds and playing gods as they have done so many times throughout history among the parasitic custodians and Anunnaki races. Much information in history was also gathered from the custodians themselves, who were attacked during the Great War by the giant humans of Tartary, and lost the power of great centers where great fragments were found and decoded. The Antikythera was part of a flying vessel, a flying machine they keep lying about, where great fragments were found and decoded that today are still in the hands of the giants of the moving island of Thoth, and from where W. Morris was able to obtain more information that was enclosed in the Shiki book. The custodians and Anunnaki as great colonizing, and I'm waiting on that book, colonizing races were, listen to this, the custodians and Anunnaki as great colonizing races were able to obtain as much information as possible about the worlds inside this great dome that today seem to completely divide the insiders with the beings outside. We will also see in this book more about the celestial lands and the great connection existing with the beings outside these great domes. And in the next chapter we read tomorrow with the other 3 chapters, chapter 2, Mars, a Great Zoo. Okay? Pretty awesome, right? Pretty friggin' awesome, man. You can't make this stuff up. Let me see. Rhonda, what's going on? Peace, my brother. Mama Red, honor, yes. OG Green Machine. Cooking beans. Whoop whoop. Chili fries. All right. Screen. Okay, cool. I didn't know if y'all took the screenshot, but I appreciate it if y'all do. You know, I'm gonna keep putting stuff up. I'm gonna read a couple other books again too to reinforce some things. I like to read books 3 and 4 times because I miss stuff. You know. Oh, the tablet's the same thing with the on and off button and the volume. I think it's, if the volume's on top, you hit the lower and I'll hold it up again. And you can try it. Okay? Give it a shot. And I'll put it back up there. Right? Give it a shot. Everybody, if you don't know how to do it, just tell. Was this the one? This is the one, right? Yeah. Is it all right? Yeah, okay, here we go. There we go. I'll hold it up until you get it right. Turn it on, whatever you do. I got a minute or 2 in me. You get it? Okay. Hopefully you got it. If you didn't, I'll hold it up again. Just let me know. Okay. But I know it's pretty awesome information. Grey Wolf family. There's some of my kids. Hey, what's cracking, everybody? Look, Mama Red. All right. Yes, the love is real. Original Wolf. What's cracking? What's up? Yo, them last videos you did was banging, cuz. Yeah, y'all gotta check out his channel, man. Y'all gotta pay attention. I don't get the notifications like I used to, but I just go over there and I go to people's channels and look. I had to re-hit the thing on it because it was empty instead of being a whole bell. But yeah, got it. Okay, cool. That's what's up. How y'all like it so far? Is it sparking some interest on, like, having you question some things? That's who we are. We're supposed to question as much as possible. Because right now, all they're doing is, it's about destruction and death and murder and everything else. And we have the ability to fight back. We really do. Trust me. It's really, really sick, but we don't give that strength. We don't give that energy. And I knew that there would be a group of individuals that would really, really take off on this and really see things for, you know, what they are, or at least what they appear to be, once we started looking past the veil. You know what I mean? It's never about being right all the time. It's about looking at things objectively and not being subject to all the nonsense that we have been subject to over and over and over. You know, that raises cortisol, and you know what cortisol does, and makes you retain water weight and all. Your brain gets all foggy, funky, and the stresses. That's all you see today. When you look at the TV, even YouTube, you see all these things that can be very stressful. It's not healthy. It's not good for anybody. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm not here for the masses. I'm here for the few. Somebody said, yo, man, you got 300-400 views. And I said, but watch as people continue to. I said, they'll come around. And if they have the stay in them, and I'll only get better at this. I have so many freaking books, man. It's like, and right now, on my living room floor, right? Stacks and stacks of books. Like, and I'm going through each one. I'm remembering what I've read, you know? And I said, this one goes with that one. That one goes with this. Is what I do. This one goes with that one. Those two definitely go with this one. And I go back and I'll stay up in my bed. I'm sleeping down here, but I go up and lay on my bed and sit up. You know, it's like a big barnyard bed, you know? And I just, while we're reading, well, I don't need reading glasses, but I have some. And I just scan through things and highlight stuff. You know, I just, dude, oh, I saw this. Oh, wow, that goes there. And it's like it's natural for me. I don't get it. I never in my life thought it would become that. This fucking hay fever shit. This pollen is freaking atrocious, dude. What the fuck? Pollen is just crazy. We got grass growing where grass never grew. What the fuck? Anyway, out the front, I'm serious. 4-leaf little clovers and shit just popped up over the last week, dude. Like, what? But anywho, I never in my wildest dreams thought that I would just, things would stand out. You know what I mean? And I'm going to share that with y'all. Okay? I'm going to be the days when I throw some fire and brimstone and get you all activated. Because some of y'all like that shit. But right now, I appreciate everybody coming in. I really do. I'm going to go ahead and sign off because I want to do a little open mic and put all this ammo up. I got to go out to the truck and get the rest of this box of it. And go and put it in its proper places. And, you know, and I got to get my rifle out of the truck too. I don't like leaving it in there and at night. So I appreciate everybody coming in. Y'all know where I stand with you. If anybody's going to be having an open mic, let me know. I mean, if anybody's going to be doing a podcast or something and you want to discuss some things without bringing an idiot on, I'm more than glad. I haven't called Kerry Hasbury back. We're going home, my knucklehead. So I got to call him. So when I get off of here, I'm going to give him a ring. Because I'm running around doing so much, you know. I went to, this shit is with y'all. I went to DMV. Now, y'all know, I know the right to travel and all that. I don't need none of this crap. Yet, people want me to start selling sandwiches and stuff and big trays like lasagna. I make some great lasagna and spaghetti seafood platters. I'm a chef, so I mean, so they've been asking because, you know, I do like the $75, $90, $175, you know, tins. And I season people's meat. Like people have cows, goats, and shit like that. Because they're always saying, how do you cook, goat meat you cook? What the hell, Red? It's so tender. And I'm like, dude, that's like ancient shit. Like going back to my great grandma, you know? It's the way you season it. You know, y'all want to throw shit on the fire thinking that's the magic way. That's like cannibalism, bro. No, that's not how you do it. You know? But you marinate that meat for 2-3 days. That's how the fuck you do it, you know? And there's no gamey taste and none of that, which I actually like gamey taste. It's just, when I was eating, I mean, real deep and eating a lot of meat, I like the gamey shit. And I like my shit medium rare, because you didn't get nothing when it's cooked to it's dead. I mean, it's already dead, but you don't get nothing. But that was then, you know what I'm saying? So if that's the case, when you do that, you are actually operating in fiat. Now, driving means you're traversing. That's like taking people to and fro. And if it's to a job, you have to have insurance. You have to have a registered vehicle in order to do that. But if you're just traveling, you and your friend, you're going home, you're going to the store, and you're not working in fiat, you know, it's not about a job, then you're traveling. None of the laws are applicable to you where you need a license, registration, or insurance, which you could still have insurance without those. Yes, you can purchase your own insurance, people, just like home, fire, flood, you know, smoke damage, blah, 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 blah. I mean, this is what I do, you know? And so they did, look, it's over a month. They just yesterday processed it. So I got to wait 3 more weeks for my tags. What kind of googly? They get paid from us going there. You know that, right? And there's no funds set aside for them with the DMV. They get paid by us going to them being obedient slaves. Now, me, I talk to them and tell them. And I'm sitting there and I said to the lady, the supervisor today, I said, I'm surprised that you processing my paper that long, taking that almost a month to process. Mr. Branch, we have all. I said, I don't want to hear that. I said, I'm not the same. You know, I love you, sis, but I'm not the same. And I walked out and says, hopefully it pops up in the next couple of weeks, because I know you can, you know what I mean? And that's the beautiful thing about actually studying certain things, you know? So anyway, I enjoyed reading to you guys. We'll pick it up tomorrow morning, again, with the custodians of time and Enoch. And are y'all seeing, I know some of you are like, he's reading Enoch, man. Now you seeing a correlation? Are you really paying attention to the small little fine details of these different so-called angels? Which that's not what they are. And what's being shown, and I mean, this is some great shit. You know, as long as you're paying attention, you're following the storyline, and even though it's coming from 4 to 5 different books, it lays out a very positioned map. I mean, a deeply positioned map. The roots are all there. The thing is, you've got to, and it makes sense. You dig what I'm saying? So anyway, until later, I'll chat with you guys, all right? So any more comments? From the DMV, Virginia. Oh, okay. You're from the DMV? What do you mean by that? Because I can interpret that a number of ways. Articulate that a little better there, family. You're from the DMV. Or you work at a DMV. Is that what you mean in Virginia? AP, you work there, right? Okay. No, I'm asking a question, Ron Red. God dang it. Because if somebody works at a place and I'm discussing it, there's more information. Your grandmother's name is Jane Branch. I'm from. Yes, Branch is my last name. Correct. It sure is, and we have family all up through from Florida all the way up, and that's from my father's side, the Chickasaw side. From how did it become Branch? Let's see how the story goes. Actually, the branch is on the Chickasaw Roll, so it's there like 3 times, I believe. I've shared it a long time ago, where I implicated that most people with the last name Branch come from the Chata. And how is that? Because there was a thing back in the 1800s that it didn't matter where anyone went. If you were Chickasaw or Chata, you always married within the tribe. So when my great-great-great-grandmother, Lily Hooten and James Henry Wooten, they married another clan folks. The kids married other clan folks with the last name Branch. And it stuck for a very long time. Big families. Yes. And people feel some kind of way when I tell them that the Chickasaw, we were the bad giant killers. And we were the Yama Nation. We were the giant killers. That's why we knew all the northern lands and the wooded areas and all the way up to Washington and Oregon. We knew all that. We would give chase. We would set up. We live in trees. It's a fact, you know. Then we're rooting. Come on now. From Oklahoma, Trail of Tears. That's my great grandmother and Paul. And they went up over to New York. And my matter of fact, was it James here? Pop Chop. Okay. Great grandpa. All right. See, he was murdered in Harlem, New York. He big dude, beat up a whole lot of folks. Walked outside, was getting ready to leave, and somebody snuck up behind him and shot him in the head. He was about 45. I'm the oldest living out of 5 generations at 56. I've outlived all of my, well, not outlived, but you know what I mean. My pawpaw, he drank himself to death. My grandpa, he was a monster. He would terrorize everybody, not family, outside of it. And I forget what his story was. My father, while I was in the military and getting ready to head home, I was getting ready to take my father down to Newark, New Jersey, and my Uncle Reggie drove by. Right at that time, the Mayflower and the AT&T across the street. He went to had a seizure. He was, Rikers Island, running around with a bandit bank robbing gang. I buried him about roughly 6. He went to a seizure. He'd been in a coma for about 6 years. He came out and he only recognized me. And I buried him. The VA, the VA gravesite in Newark. Is it East Orange or was it Newark? Anyway, I know where it's at. I got it wrote down. And so here I am, with the family's history, and it goes back long before that, but that's where I usually stop. We don't have to go that far, and on my mom's side, like I said, my great 4 times over grandmother, Margaret Maggie Klein, who was, it's not Cherokee, it's Ananawiya of the Anawa, the Wolf Clan. And she was betrothed by, we didn't do Christian marriages. She was betrothed by Henry Lucifer Schaus, who was like her, who was also Anahiwiya of the Anahuac tribe. And that's my mom's side, So, yeah. And that's out of the Old Town, Mississippi. But Old Town, Winston-Salem, and a lot of that family, we got Gullah Geechee. I hated when people were talking about they were African. I was like, what the fuck is with these niggas with this out of Africa bullshit? Gullah Geechee is not African. And some Cree of the Yama Nation. All of them were the Yama Nation. A grand nation it was. So, with that being said, we're all related. Trust in me when I tell you this. We're all related. Good, very good. Then you have another 100, maybe 200 to go. Know that. Mama Red, there's nothing confusing about it, hon. It's all right. It's deep, right? Mama Red, it's deep. So I'm going to be doing an open mic. So y'all be ready to come in there, ladies. We need y'all's voices as well. And never give strength to such a word, Mama Red. You know that. You're powerful. Remember, I'm not making this up. You're more powerful than you can even imagine. I see we got the haters coming because I made it known on Facebook, TikTok, and so I know we got the little wayward individuals coming. I like them. Maybe I'll throw some fire and brimstone. Y'all want me to do that right quick? I'm not going to do that and set their ass ablaze because they won't come in here commenting. All that fake history and shit running around, the fake world they live in. I always say, if you're going to be fake, you're going to hold on to fake, stay fake. Do not come where people are breathing. Y'all just keep learning how to breathe. Heightens and lightens. Anyway, y'all have a grand evening. I will see y'all in a few hours. Y'all know I love you always. And you know what? A relative of mine says, James, man, you always love motherfuckers. I says, well, which you want me to hate them? I said, you remember the state when I had hatred and I didn't know what it was? She said, no, you keep loving. That's all she could say. You just keep loving. It's that way. You dig what I'm saying? Talking about the African narrative. I know. Yeah, no, I get it. I get it. I was thinking about that. Yeah. It's sad. And I have brothers who are from over there. I mean, like, I respect and love. Fuck out. And they laugh at a lot of brothers over here. And that's real. They going, that's a damn shame, And they'll sit there, why are you doing your kinfolk the service? And they'll ask who's the king, or what tribe, what, and some of these, like, sign that all with that fake shit they make up. No, I know people who are saying that, and they watch some of this stuff and they be like, that's pure bullshit. You never see Africans really commenting on their damn posts. Their YouTube channel, you never see it. Why do they want to waste their time? If you want to turn over your wonderful land because of your ignorance to outside forces that have nothing to do with it, then you go right ahead. It's stupid. And the division is just the sickest. The sickest. Regardless of what Moors work along with the enemies and betrayed us and fought us, we're too great of a fucking number. And all you women do with the abortion shit, I'm not going to shame you for it before, but now you're going to reap something from that. I'm just letting you know. We're nowhere close to me telling the pale wolf and dark wolf, because we have people who think they know something. Or maybe they're just scared, because there's a lot of that going on. When the number get right, I'm going to lay that story heavy. Like I said, it's going to take me a few days. Yeah. I try my best not to think about it, because I see everything unfolding. It's just fucking weird. Then I give warnings to the idiots who don't know no better. They live in the complex. I do. Said his grandmother's from Mississippi and he is from Africa. Wow. You serious? Yeah, we're gonna get that. You know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of them here now. Look at the prison systems in Texas. Y'all better wake up. How many of y'all seen the Chinese in New York police officers that can't speak English? I'm only asking for a friend. How many of y'all have seen them? Shit. Y'all better pay attention what's going on. Because y'all ain't even in like the cities in the north and the east, y'all not even unified. It's like some fake unification. It's just sad. But anyway, let me go ahead and shut this down. Grab something to eat. I'm hungry. And do that open mic. I think it'll be pretty interesting. I'm not gonna tell you the topic. I'll put it in so when you see it, you dig? African people there's still some wonderful people, regardless. And I don't like using the word African, but there's still some good people all over. I mean, I know some wonderful people, and damn, they're all soil. So you are the company, you're the company you keep. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so if you're around a lot of arguing, negative, just fighting, you're keeping that company. I mean, you don't have to stay. This is your land. You go where you want to go. And the worst excuse is just the money. God, no, man. We got to do better, people. Anyway, love y'all. Y'all have a grand evening. All right?